Artificial intelligence has completely transformed the way cybercriminals operate. Gone are the days when scams were easy to spot. Emails full of typos, awkward phone calls from strangers, or clunky websites that gave everything away. In 2021, the enemy is far more dangerous. Today's attackers use AI to mimic our voices, replicate our faces, and even rewrite malicious software on the fly. They create scams so convincing that even the most vigilant among us can be fooled. One of the most alarming examples happened in Hong Kong this year. A finance worker thought he was on a routine video call with his company's chief financial officer and several trusted colleagues. The conversation was smooth, the instructions were clear, and the faces and voices on the screen were people he knew well. But none of it was real. The voices were cloned, the faces were artificially generated, and the entire meeting was an AI-powered illusion. Convinced it was legitimate, the employee authorized a transfer of $25 million directly into criminal accounts. In a matter of hours, the money was gone, stolen through nothing more than software and deception. This story highlights a frightening truth. Our eyes and ears can no longer be trusted. And this isn't just a problem for billion-dollar corporations. Small businesses, startups, even families are vulnerable. Criminals don't need armies of hackers anymore. With AI tools that are cheap, accessible, and powerful, they can target anyone, anywhere, at any time. So how do we defend ourselves in this new battlefield? The answer is not to panic, but to prepare. Defending against AI-powered cyber attacks requires a layered strategy built on human awareness, strong identity verification, smart use of technology, resilience in recovery, and the secure governance of our own AI systems. The first line of defense is people. Human error remains the easiest door for criminals to exploit. That's why training is critical. Employees need to be taught to pause, to question, and to verify before acting. It's no longer enough to run phishing simulations. Organizations must prepare their teams with deepfake awareness training. Imagine a scenario where staff are exposed to a fake voicemail from the CEO or a video message asking them to approve a wire transfer. By experiencing these simulations, employees learn to recognize subtle cues and stay cautious under pressure. Even something as simple as a safe word protocol, where sensitive instructions are always confirmed with a pre-agreed phrase over a separate channel, can stop an AI scam in its tracks. But training alone isn't enough. Verification has to evolve. Multi-factor authentication is now the baseline, but it must be combined with multi-channel verification. If an email requests a transfer, confirm it with a phone call. If a phone call sounds suspicious, verify it through secure messaging or in person. The principle is simple: never trust a single channel. AI deepfakes can imitate one form of communication, but crossing multiple channels makes it much harder for an attacker to maintain the illusion. Technology itself is also a powerful weapon, but it has to be used wisely. AI-driven security tools can scan enormous amounts of data, detect unusual patterns, and respond in real time. They can flag when a login attempt is unusual or when a file behaves suspiciously. But these tools are not foolproof. Attackers are already finding ways to trick defensive AI, feeding it false data, or hiding malicious activity in plain sight. That's why human oversight is still critical. Let AI do the heavy lifting, but keep experts in the loop to confirm what the system detects and decide how to respond. Even with all these defenses, some attacks will break through. That's why resilience is the next critical layer. Organizations must assume a breach will happen and plan for it in advance. Zero-trust architectures limit the spread of intrusions. Network segmentation prevents criminals from moving freely once inside. Immutable backups ensure that even if systems are encrypted by ransomware, recovery is still possible. The goal isn't just to block every attack. That's impossible. The goal is to contain the damage, recover quickly, and keep the business running. Finally, we must turn the spotlight on ourselves. Too many companies adopt AI tools without considering their risks. Chatbots, generative models, and automated workflows can all be hijacked. Prompt injection attacks, data leaks, and unauthorized access to sensitive information are real threats. That means AI inside the organization must be treated as critical infrastructure. Limit who can access it, Encrypt the data it processes. Audit its activity regularly. Don't hand criminals the keys to your systems by neglecting the security of your own AI tools. The lesson here is clear. In a world where AI powers both offense and defense, survival depends on depth. Human vigilance, multi-channel verification, responsible use of AI technology, resilient recovery systems, and strict governance of internal AI. All of these layers must work together. That is how we fight back against the new wave of AI-driven cybercrime. The attackers are not slowing down. They are innovating every single day, but so can we. And the organizations that adapt, that prepare their people, that build resilience into their systems, will be the ones that not only survive, but thrive in this new era of cybersecurity. Because in the end, the greatest defense against artificial intelligence isn't more technology. It's the combination of human judgment, strategic planning, and disciplined execution. That is how we win in the age of AI-powered threats.